What up, y'all? It's Alanizing, another episode today, and we got the NFL kickoff, man. NFL's finally back, football's finally back, and for me, I don't know, it's felt like the longest off-season ever, bro. Like, I don't know why, but it just felt like it took forever, but it's finally here, and started off with the Lions at the Chiefs, and the Lions won 21-20, so I'm gonna start off with them, bro, before I get into the Chiefs. Props to the Lions, man. Props to Detroit. They have improved since last year, since going 8-10 in their last 10 games last year. Jared Goff looking comfortable in this Ben Johnson offense. He completed 22 out of his 35 passes, 253 yards, touchdown interception ratio 1-0, passer rating of 94.1. The O-line for Detroit is spectacular, right? Decker, Jackson, Frank Ragnow, Vaitai, Penei Sewell, great O-line. Amon-Ra St. Brown had 71 yards and a touchdown. Continuing from last year, Laporta, the tight end, he showed some flash. And they have great running back additions of Montgomery from the Bears and then drafting Jahmyr Gibbs from Alabama. They had 115 yards combined this game. On defense, Aiden Hutchinson clearly looks like their best player. I picked him to win Defensive Rookie of the Year last year. Low-key wrong. He had 9 sacks. Bosa had 9 sacks his Rookie of the Year when he won it. So I think low-key, Aiden Hutchinson should have won it. But anyways, he didn't have the sacks, but he did have 3 QB hits this game and a few hurries, like a few pressures. He was causing disruption. He probably could have had sacks if the refs called the false starts on Juwan Taylor, bro. That man moves so many times, moves early so many times. And they just never called it. Even the broadcast called it, bro. NBC called it out. Chris Collinsworth said, like, this man is moving early and they're just not calling it. No idea what happened there with the refs, but I bet if they called a few, and then Juwan probably would have switched his stance, and Aiden would have beat him a few times to get those sacks, but never happened. No idea why it didn't happen. It was all over social media after the game too. I don't know what happened there, but you didn't call it. Clearly he was false start. Clearly. CJ GJ and Brian Branch stood out to me. Gardner Johnson had 5 solo tackles, and Branch with the pick 6, Alabama boy, so let's go. Dan Campbell going for that fake punt on their second possession of the game. Took some serious balls. That was huge. It gave Lions a boost that ended in St. Brown's touchdown. I think him going for it, but for Dan, I think him going for it on 4th and 2 near the end could have backfired so bad. It could have, but Andy Reid did some worse things. And then that Marvin Jones fumble they had. So, I don't know, man. The Lions, they were good. They're a good team for sure. But in my opinion, I think the Chiefs blew this one. They just blew it. So let's get off with them. Mahomes finished 21 completions out of 39 passing attempts. 226 yards, touchdown interception ratio 2-1, 77.5 passer rating. Not great, but good. And he was the leading rusher for the Chiefs with 45 yards. So the Chiefs show they need Kelsey. They need the guy, but not because Mahomes is trash without him. It's because he masks the receiving corps deficiencies. Because these guys cannot catch, bro. Like, Pacheco had the most receptions. He had 4, and he's a running back. Receivers pretty much fell short, but the highlight who fell short was Kadarius Toney. Bro dropped 3 passes. The 2 I remember for sure, or most memorable ones, was the one that went through his hands. That led to the Branch pick 6. So just right between his hands, popped down, Branch got the pick 6. And the other one, 2 minutes left in the game. Clear pass to Toney, bruh. And he drops it. 2 minutes left in the game. These are game-altering plays. My opinion, if he catches these, Chiefs win. Alright, I trust Mahomes to make something, but these boys gotta help him out, bruh. You gotta help him out. And then Andy Reid didn't help him out either. 2 horrendous calls, in my opinion. The first call he had that was pretty bad, it's the 4th quarter. 6 minutes left. 3-1. They're at their own 34. They're down 1 point. And Andy Reid says, let's go trick play. Let's give it to our second round rookie Rashee Rice. What are you doing? What, bruh? Obviously that, like, 3rd and 1, you trying to go trick play? Like, bro, just run the ball. Like, he was trying to be too cute. And obviously it fails, so they punt it away. 2nd play, 2 minutes left in game. Down by only 1. Still only down by 1. It's 4th and 25 at their own 30. Andy Reid calls a play pass, bro. A pass play. Pass play? Like, what? I know you got Mahomes, okay? And he almost made something happen. But context. 4th and 25, own 30. You see your receivers can't catch shit right now. And you call that? You call a pass play? Bro, you could have just punted the ball away to get away from your end zone and at least try to call turnover on defense. So you could be closer to the Lions half. But no. I don't know what Reid is thinking. Okay, he usually outsmarts everybody. But he outsmarted himself in this situation twice. I don't know. I think he's just being desperate. But he's got to be a little bit smarter right there, Reid. Got a little bit smarter right there. Chiefs defense, though, I actually think they were pretty good. Like, all right, without Jones. All right, I think Mike Dana, Karlaftis, and Noddy, and Wharton, they did pretty good in the front, the defensive front. 1 sack, 4 QB hits. Spagnuolo to help out the run defense. He dropped Justin Reid in the box. I noticed that. He dropped Justin Reid way into the box, and they were going single high safety with Brian Cook being the lone safety. Only allowed 2 touchdowns. So, they are not bad without Jones. But they would be so much better with Jones. All right, deserves that contract. So, the double teams that he would create just being there, and then Karlaftis getting free, or Willie Gay getting free, but Jarius Sneed getting free when he's on the corner blitzes, they're better without. I mean, they're better with him for sure. They're better with him for sure. So they gotta figure that situation out. So no overreaction from me, okay? The Chiefs blew this game, but they are not dead. They are not dead for sure. They blew the game and they barely lost by 1 point. Even though the Lions also sometimes fought themselves in the foot, but if they get Kelsey back, he will come back probably in a few weeks or something, because they're saying the injury, the bone bruise that he has is not that significant. He'll probably be out like 3 weeks or something. They'll just say he's out for 3 weeks. Well, he's gonna miss that Jets game. We'll say 2. All right, come back 2 weeks, whatever, and then they get Chris Jones by week 8 or something. They give him a new contract. Casey's gonna be good. They're gonna roll. So no worry for me. Even if they just get Kelsey back, they'll be fine. They'll be fine. Let's start off with the season predictions now, bro. Super Bowl early matchup prediction. I'm going Niners-Bills. Niners-Bills. And I think my team is going to win. I think the 49ers finally win. Now, I'm going to take away from the fact that they are my team. Okay, first, just take that. Take my glasses off. Take those Niner glasses off. But if I look at it objectively, we have a great team. And everyone knows that. Okay, offense. Good O-line. We got the best left tackle, Trent Williams. Spencer Budford's pretty good guard. Got my opinion, the best tight end. We get another discussion about later. George Kittle, for my opinion, is the best tight end. Debo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk. I think they're top 15 receivers. Running backs, Elijah Mitchell, Price, McCaffrey. I just really forgot McCaffrey. McCaffrey's probably the best running back in the NFL. Brock Purdy is pretty good. We're going to talk about him. Defense. Best defensive player, we got Nick Bosa, Fred Warner, Dre Greenlaw, Talanoa Hufanga, Tavarius Ward, who's an underrated corner, Sammy Womack, underrated corner, Tashawn Gibson is a pretty underrated safety. Defensive line is stacked. Drake Jackson's coming up. So the whole team is good. The only thing, in my opinion, is Brock. That's like probably the only thing that could stop us. Now, don't get me wrong. I like Purdy, bro. He had a great run last year when he came in. He only had 4 interceptions. But he could have had way more if you look at the tape, bro. If you look at his tape, he could have had way more. It was a bunch of dropped interceptions or it's just bad throws. But if he cleans that up and he improves more, and he could just be like, he don't gotta be Mahomes. Okay, he doesn't be that. But he could be like an early Brady. When Brady started off his career with the Patriots, 2000, 2004, 2010, Brady. If we just have that, I think we'll win. Hey, Brock, I don't need you to be Aaron Rodgers. I don't need you to be Joe Burrow. I just need you to be early Brady. Is that good enough? I think that's good enough, bro. And then low-key, our kicker, I don't know, Jake Moody. He's a rookie. Kind of missed some things, and he missed some kicks in the preseason, and then he got injured. But if he improves, we'll be good. So those are my 2 worries for the Niners. For the Bills, I think this is the year they make it. Josh Allen, top 3 quarterback, having my number 3. Stephon Diggs, top 5 receiver. Gabriel Davis, pretty good receiver. Dawson Knox, good tight end. They added Dalton Kincaid, supposed to be like this next coming tight end. They got Damian Harris to help out the run game. The O-line is always solid. Dawkins, Spencer Brown, and Mitch Morse. The defense is still good. Still got Ed Oliver, Rizzo, Epinesa. They got Leonard Floyd now. Matt Milano is good on one of the best linebackers in my opinion. Without Vaughn, it's going to cost them. But then when he comes back, I think they'll be better. And then in my opinion, Bills got one of the best secondaries. Got Tre'Davious White at corner, Christian Benford, Dane Jackson, Elam, Teron Johnson at the slot. And then for your safeties, you got Jordan Poyer as your starter. Taylor Rapp came from the Rams. He was pretty good backup. Micah Hyde, good safety. And then you got DeMar Hamlin from a backup. That's safety. That's fire, okay? People forget the Bills because of the Jets. But I'm with the Bills. And I think they make it to the Super Bowl. They lose to us, but I think they'll make it to the Super Bowl. My prediction for season MVP, I'm going with Joe Burrow. I'm going with Joe Shiesty. All right, he is a favorite. It's probably like kind of basic to pick him, but bro, he's a top 3 quarterback. I have him at number 2 in the NFL. The weapons he has Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, Irvin Smith just came from tight end from Alabama. All right, he's solid. He didn't work out necessarily at Minnesota, but I think he's still pretty good. Joe Mixon's still in the backfield. The problem has always been for the Bengals is blindside, and now they have Orlando Brown Jr. Top 3 left tackle in the league. All around good team. With them, the Bengals are always in contention. So Burrow for MVP, they'll probably have a good record, and I think he's going to win the MVP. Speaking of him, on Thursday during the game, he signed a 5-year, $275 million extension with $219 million in guarantees, with a base salary of $55 million per year, highest paid contract in NFL history, a record broken. That was 4 times this year. They broke this record 4 times this year. That was Lamar first, and then Jalen, and then Herbert, and now Burrow. It is a stupid amount of money, but that's the quarterback market, man. That is the quarterback market. He has changed. Joe Burrow, he has changed the Bengals franchise. He got into the Super Bowl. And like I said, he's a top 3 QB. And this is a market. If this is the accolades that you have in the market, this is what you're going to get. It says that he's warranted. This money is justified for him. Because let's compare it to Herbert. Herbert's good. Has he changed the Chargers franchise? I wouldn't say that. He hasn't gone to a Super Bowl. Is he a top 3 quarterback? I think he's a top 5 quarterback. He's in the top 5, top 10 for sure. And he got the record broken before Joe Burrow. But why? But then when he gave him the money, when the Chargers gave him the money, no one was saying overpaid or anything, because he's good. You're paying him off the trajectory. He's getting better and better. He's improving. So that's why he gave him the money, because It's hard to find quarterbacks in the NFL. As soon as you have a top guy, you pay him. That's the same thing for Joe. Joe has better, I want to say accolades, but he's done more things for his franchise, and he's a better overall quarterback than Herbert. So that's why he's got the money. The market says he's valued at that, and it is what it is. So all I hear a lot of people saying like, "Oh, it's a lot of money. What has he done?" That's just the quarterback market, man. This is how it works. So it is what it is. Offensive Player of the Year, I'm going with Stephon Diggs. He's a top 5 wide receiver in yards last year. He had 1,429. He's an excellent route runner. He has great hands. And I think that continues despite the problem he had with the Bills recently in training camp. He's back. Josh said recently on the Pat McAfee show that him and Stephon are closer than ever. They're on the same page. I trust that. I know Allen's going to give him the ball, and they're going to go far. So, Stephon Diggs, their relationship's going to continue. Still got that chemistry. It's going to go far. Stephon Diggs, Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year, I'm going Micah Parsons. One of the best defensive players. Top 2. I think he's behind Bosa, in my opinion. He had 13.5 sacks last year at linebacker. That's pretty good. He can do everything. He can pass rush, he can cover, he can go sideline to sideline. Linebacker, all-around football player. He's the best player on the Cowboys defense. I think he's been lacking one of these awards, and he will get it this year. Rookie Offensive Player of the Year, I'm going Anthony Richardson. Anthony Richardson, all right? The Colts have stunk at QB for years now. They finally get someone young and who is mobile. All I've heard from this guy is that he's got the intangibles that the QB's always looking for. He's a worker. He's a leader. He's one of the guys. Like, he hangs out with the rest of the team. He doesn't have an ego. He has the mind. He has that. If he has that mindset and he just grows and shows more competence at QB, the Colts are going to go crazy. The Colts will be better, and I think people are just going to like that, and they'll give him the award. Defensive Rookie of the Year, I'm going Will Anderson Jr. from Alabama. Okay, pass rusher rookies always get love, except for last year for some reason. He's great. He can obviously pass rush. He's good on the run. He will help the Texans for sure. He'll probably get 9 or 10 sacks. And he's going to put him in the combo. He's going to change the Texans' defense. Comeback Player of the Year, Damar Hamlin, bro. Like that, there's no debate. No debate. He's in the NFL after almost dying last year. He steps back on the field. He's already Comeback Player of the Year, man. Like, Damar, he's going to win it. He's going to win it. Coach of the Year, either Sean Payton or Dan Campbell. Now, I know I'm supposed to pick one, but I was really up in these two because you'll see in my next 2 topics. Teams who didn't make the playoffs last year, that will make it this year. That's what's going to happen. And then my first 2 teams, I think they also live up to the hype. We'll start off with the Lions. The Lions in the NFC North. The NFC North is pretty open. Like I was talking about them for the game recap. I think the Vikings will probably win the division though. I don't know what I'm getting from the Pack and the Bears, so I think it's going to be the Lions and the Vikings. I think Lions continue to improve, like I said. Like I explained earlier, they're getting better. They've been improving, and this NFC North, man, it's not that much hard of a division. So Lions, watch out for them, bro. And if they make a playoffs, and they make a playoff push, and they get like, let's say they're a wild card team and make it to like the divisional or the conference championship, bro. Watch out for Dan Campbell, Coach of the Year. So let's see what happens there. Number 2, team that didn't make the playoffs last year to make it this year, and they're also going to live up to the hype. It's the Jets. I had to go with the Jets. All right, on paper, they looked stacked. The defense, Quinnen Williams, Sauce Gardner, C.J. Mosley, Jordan Whitehead. He was Super Bowl champs with the Bucks. Chuck Clark when he comes back from injury. On offense, Garrett Wilson, Al Lazard, McCole Hardman, C.J. Uzama. They got the backfield. the running backs of Breece Hall and Dalvin Cook. And obviously the crown jewel of the whole team, Aaron Rodgers. Top 5 QB all time. All time. Alright, there's a lot of pressure on him to win a championship, like obviously, with the Packers and with the Jets. But he seems motivated. He seems elated. It's like he wants to play well here for sure. All led by Robert Saleh, who I believe in. He was a defensive coordinator for the Niners. I believe in this team. The only problem for me is the O-line. This thing scares me. If they don't fix it, it will be super detrimental to their season. But I think they will fix it to a certain extent. So they'll live up to the hype. They'll go to the playoffs. They'll probably make it to the AFC Championship or something. But they'll probably lose there. But that's still living up to the hype because they're still doing a good team. I'm going with the Jets. I wouldn't be surprised to win the Super Bowl. So it is what it is. But I'll have them at number 2. Number 3 team to make the playoffs, who didn't make it last year, going with the Broncos. This is where Sean Payton comes in. I think he's going to fix the offense. I don't know if he'll fix Russell all the way, but I feel like he's going to fix the offense. And if he fixes the offense and it look like a competent offense, but Russell Wilson doesn't look good or doesn't improve at all, the team, the ownership, they'll go with Sean Payton and they'll probably find a way to offload Russell Wilson, in my opinion. The defense is a top 3 defense last year. I think that continues with Pat Surtain. He's like the best corner in the game. The linebackers, Baron Browning, Jonathan Cooper, Kareem Jackson at safety. It's a good team, all right? The defense was a top 3 defense last year, like I said. And we just need Sean to fix the offense. The Broncos will be good. I think they'll be in front of the Raiders, and then they could compete with the Chargers in the AFC West. 3, the Saints are making the playoffs this year because the NFC South is looking garbage. With the Bucks, the Falcons, and the Panthers. Panthers, rookie QB and Bryce Young. We have no idea where we're getting from them. The Bucks, Baker Mayfield, don't trust them at all. The Falcons, Desmond Ridder, second year. I don't know. Saints, Dennis Allen, Derek Carr. Derek Carr is not the greatest quarterback. I think he's probably top 15 quarterback. He's an upgrade from the QBs they had last year. He's an upgrade from Jameis Winston, from Andy Dalton, Taysom Hill, upgrade from them. Michael Thomas, Slam Boy is back. Olave, Shaheed. Tight ends, Juwan Johnson is pretty good. Jimmy Graham's coming back. I don't know what I'll get from him. He'll probably get like a few touchdowns. He's a good red zone target. On the field, I don't think they're going to use him a lot, but in the red zone, they'll probably use him. O-line is solid. Still got McCoy, Cesar Ruiz, and Ramczyk. Defense looks good. Cameron Jordan, Pete Werner, Demario Davis, Marshawn Lattimore, one of the best corners. Is another year as head coach for Dennis Allen. Saints, I got them going to the playoffs. 4, going with the Colts in the AFC South. I picked Richardson to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. This is why, man. I think he's going to lead them to the playoffs. The Jaguars are the best team in the division. But I think the Colts can be better than Tennessee and better than the Texans. So it wouldn't surprise me if they make it there. It'll probably be the second weekend. I like Michael Pittman. I like Alec Pierce to help out Anthony Richardson. I don't know if Jonathan Taylor's going to come back after 4 games. We'll see if he gets traded or not. But if he comes back, he'll help out Richardson as well. Forrest Buckner came from the Niners. Great defensive tackle. Shaq Leonard, who used to be one of the best linebackers in the league. See if he comes back from that. Julian Blackmon, underrated safety. Colts are a dark horse for me. I think they sneak in there. 5, got the Rams. Okay. Last year they didn't make it because Stafford wasn't healthy. Aaron Donald wasn't healthy. They come back, they'll make the playoffs. Ramsey obviously left, but Sean McVay's still there. The team, I think the 3 core guys are still there. McVay, Aaron Donald, Stafford. They have them. They'll probably sneak in the playoffs as well behind us, behind the Niners in the NFC West. I think the Rams with AD and Stafford are better than the Cardinals for sure, and then they'll battle out with the Seahawks. Seahawks, they're getting better. So we'll see. We'll see. Teams that will fall to hype or expectations. Number 1, the freaking Cowboys. every year. You know why? You know why it's the Cowboys? Every year they're going to win the Super Bowl. That's why. They will not. Okay, that's why they're going to fall. They won't win in the division round, much less the Super Bowl. Much less Super Bowl. They might make it to, not even, dude. They never even made the NFC Championship game in like 27 years. They won't win the divisional, and they're much less going to the Super Bowl, dude. Cowboys fall. 2, I got the Browns, Cleveland Browns. I've seen this because a lot of people expect, or like they're trying to force the Browns to be good, or they expect, they just expect them to be good. And I think Watson coming back pretty rusty. He hadn't played like a year. Last year, he only played he came back like week 11, so he only had a few games. But the NFC North, man, I think they'll be like okay, but the NFC North is super hard. They won't suck, but I don't think they'll make the playoffs, dude. I think Bengals already have Joe Burrow being MVP, so the team's going to be good. Ravens will be better with Lamar and Odell. And then the Pittsburgh Steelers, they'll be good. Kenny Pickett's improving. Their defense coming. TJ Watt coming back. So, it's a hard division. I think those 3 teams are better than the Browns. So, they'll probably fall of expectations. Niners situations. All right, I'm a Niner guy, so I'm trying to get into this. I didn't talk about this. Trey Lance to the Cowboys. My opinion, that was the Niners' worst trade ever. Drafting Trey Lance. Okay, we traded 3 first-round picks for a QB. We later traded for a 4th round. That's asinine. I think there's blame on everyone. There's blame on Trey. There's blame on Kyle and John Lynch. Trey, he deserves some blame because he didn't improve himself. By himself. You can't solely rely on others to make you better. The injuries is not really his fault. Like when he fractures his ankle versus the Seahawks, that's just part of the game. And then he just never came back. He didn't have enough experience playing QB in college and the NFL. But you have to make your own improvements. Like I said, you can't just rely on other people. You have to look yourself in the mirror and be like, I'm going to improve myself and I'll blame anyone else. Kyle and Lynch, though, also deserve blame because it seems like they didn't have enough confidence in him. They did not have enough confidence in him. They didn't develop him right. And it's a shame because it set us back a bit in draft picks. We didn't have first-round draft picks. We could have drafted somebody. And some Niner fans and other people that are just out of the organization, like other NFL fans, are calling them to be fired. Lynch and Shanahan. I wouldn't say that because this is like their second big miss, I say, in draft picks. Like the 2 big misses are this one and where they drafted Solomon Thomas in the 1st round with the 3rd pick. Those are 2 pretty big fails. But look at the other drafts. They've hit on Bosa. They got Warner like in the 4th round. George Kittle in like the 5th round. Even lesser names like Dre Greenlaw got him in the 6th round. He's a good linebacker. Hufanga came out of nowhere. He's one of the best safeties now. Sammy Womack, Elijah Mitchell. Like they've hit on draft picks, but these were the 2 worst ones. But they've hit on more. So I think we got to keep them. They'll be good. Okay, they'll be good. Bosa's contract, 5-year, $170 million contract, bro. $122 million guaranteed, $34 million base salary. He's the highest paid defensive player in history, and it's well deserved, bro. He's our best defensive player, just a little bit above Warner. His rookie year, he had 9 sacks. 2020 tore his ACL. 2021, he comes back from that ACL, gets 15.5 sacks. Then this last year, he becomes the reigning defensive player with 18.5 sacks. Obviously, the best pass rusher in the league. He can play the run as well. It's just different. He's the engine of this defense. Different type of player. He's a beast. From a fan point of view or perspective, like we should have given him this contract last year already, you know? Like, it shouldn't have been delayed so much. But I get it from a Niners business perspective. Like, if you're on the Niners and you're trying to do what's best for the Niners, you're gonna try to pay him less as you can, because that's just how business works. When you're a general manager or you're negotiating for a business, you want to pay the asset least as you can to get in return, because that's just how business works. That's good business. Obviously not for Nick, but for the organization. But I think it's good that he got it done before Chris Jones and Micah Parsons, because after that, their contracts are going to higher. They're probably going to demand more money. So then Bosa's contract, especially after Parsons, might look like a bargain, because Jerry Jones likes to spend his money. Micah Parsons, homegrown. Jerry Jones drafted him. He's going to pay him his money, so it might look like a bargain after that Parsons deal. I think there is a minority of Niner fans calling him greedy and selfish. These people are just brainless. You're brainless, because this is how it works, man. This is business. You aren't taking less money when you know you are the best. That's just an incompetent thing to do. Like, you're just not going to do that. I actually applaud the way Nick did it. He never said anything to the media about his contract. He didn't complain or anything. He didn't post about it on social media. He didn't unfollow the Niners, something very common nowadays, where you want to get traded or you want something, you just unfollow your team. He didn't do that. He didn't throw shots at the team or fans. He just kept quiet. He didn't say anything, and he was just negotiating with the Niners until the deal got done. And I applaud that. All right, I'm ecstatic that it got done, and now we get to see him play for more years. And I'm here for that, man. I'm here for that. He's going to do better this year. He will. Thanks, y'all, for listening. This is my NFL episode. See how my predictions do. Well, at the end of the season, we're going to go over them, see which ones I got right, see which ones I got wrong. See y'all till then.